Planet Dolan.
From teddy bear protesters to naming your kids Hercules, we look at 8 ridiculous things banned by governments. Hey there, I'm Hellbent. I'm here to learn you suspiciously amazing facts that I didn't just make up. Number 8. In Mother Russia, they don't want to ban their citizens from protesting, but teddy bears and Barbies having their say is completely out of the question. In 2012, Russia brought in a law that all protests needed to be pre-approved by the government. This meant if you wanted to say, our politicians are a bunch of dicks, the government would probably just deny your request and possibly send you to the gulag. So the public responded by lining the pavement with teddy bears and Lego men holding banners making all the complaints that the citizens weren't allowed to. So like any rational government, they banned toys from holding protests. Wait, do the politicians think that toys are sentient? Maybe they took Toy Story a little bit too seriously. Number 7. Hey, I know, nobody likes to lose, it doesn't feel great, but nothing says sore loser like banning a game completely. But back in the 80s, the Romanian president did just that. He said Scrabble was too intellectual because being able to spell is surely tantamount to treason. Not a bad political move when you think about it. Really hard to start a revolution with a bunch of illiterate people. I mean, starting a chant would just be a nightmare. What do we want? When do we want it? Potatoes! Thankfully, the ban was eventually lifted, but it became a gateway game, and a heap of Romanians got really into Monopoly shortly after. Scrabble, not even once. Number 6. On the beautiful island of Barbados, wearing camouflage is a big no-no. Other than bringing in the fashion police because camo pants are hideous, it was also brought to prevent people from impersonating military officers. Apparently, a bunch of people were committing crimes while dressed in camo gear because people were much less likely to question you. Hey, that guy's stealing a keg of beer! Oh, no, wait, he's in the army. Must be on official business. I salute you, sir. Nah, I still maintain it's an issue of taste. When you see somebody in the middle of the city with camouflage on, you gotta wonder who they're trying to hide from. Number 5. In China, you better not be planning on getting reincarnated without supplying the proper paperwork. This ban was an attempt to pull rank on those rebel Tibetan monks and force them to recognize the Chinese government as the boss of them. But if someone doesn't see you as their boss, I doubt demanding paperwork from them is gonna make them take you more seriously. Excuse me, Mr. Reincarnated person. I need you to file these tax returns. Your past life owed a little bit of... Hey, where are you going? No, don't go into the mountain. You're just gonna sit... Well, fine, Yeah, auditing a Tibetan monk. I'm sure that's gonna go really far. Yes, we'll take your gourd, we'll take your walking stick and your robe, and Oh, you don't have any other worldly possessions? Oh, well, Yeah, you don't have any worldly possessions now because you just got owned! Maybe I'm not understanding their religion quite right, but taking away worldly possessions from a Buddhist is kinda doing them a favor, isn't it? Number 4. One ban that's still in place is Iran's hectic law against decadent Western hairdos. No, not my pomperdoodle! Among the list of hairdos you do not do in Iran include spiky hair, ponytails, and mullets. In the approved government guide, men are now allowed 80s-style fringes and the Elvis quiff. Ooh, hey, my hairdo's alright. Not even Iran can keep the pompadour down. See, Iran doesn't hate the West, they're just trying to go back in time, back to simpler times. Back when Pluto was still a planet and Elvis's pelvis was the height of controversy. Ooh, so salacious. Number 3. What happens when your prime minister happens to be a little bit of a neat freak? Cleanliness becomes the top order of business, which is why Singapore outlawed chewing gum. That's right, there's no big red or juicy fruit for those tidy mother flippers. Mother flippers. Oh, the writer's such a little cutie pie, isn't he? I wonder if he calls me heckbent. Anyways, the ban started back in '92 because of how much of a hassle it is to clean up, which if you've ever experienced the fury of stepping on someone else's gum, you'd probably understand. Getting on your hands and knees to scrape up bubblegum with a razor blade isn't exactly a time-efficient thing to do. Nowadays, people from Singapore can score some gum from a pharmacist for medicinal use. Yeah, right, medicinal. As if teenagers aren't sitting around passing a packet of extra around the room stolen from Dad's wardrobe. Jeremy, your breath, it's so minty fresh. Where did you learn about this? I learned it from you, Dad. I learned it from you! Number 2. In Denmark, the government assumes you're going to ruin your kid, so you're not allowed to name your child anything outlandish. The law is you have to choose from the approved names list. So if you're hoping to name your kid Pringle, you're shit out of luck, unless you can get government approval anyways. Good luck with that. The law has been in place for more than a century to prevent people from changing their first and last names to whatever they damn please. Nowadays, the Danes maintain that they're trying to stop stupid parents from giving their offspring stupid names, which I kinda support actually. I know it kinda feels like a good idea to name your kid Starwalker Sunshine, but they're gonna get the shit bullied out of them if you do that. Then again, it does kinda cut down on the problem of having so many kids with the same name. Oh, your name is William? So it's mine. We shall fight to the death, yeah? There can be only one. The writer's making a lot of assumptions if he thinks I know how to do a Danish voice. I can do gay German Dracula and gay Dracula. Number 1. China recently banned depictions of time travel in television and film. Apparently, they don't want their citizens to be thinking about anything in their history or what the future might entail. Well, it does save you a lot of embarrassment if somebody puts out a grand, futuristic world and then you kinda drop the fucking ball. Who wants to think about the future anyways? That's lame. Here, I'll tell you your future. In 47 years, your grandchild will be building the new iPhone 32. Now get back to work! That means no Back to the Future, no Doctor Who, no Hot Tub Time Machine. How do you even live without Marty and the creepy incest between him and his mom? What happened to you, China? You used to be cool, man. And that's it for this countdown. If you could ban anything in your country, what would it be and why? Let us know in the comments and I'll see you next time. This ban was an attempt to pull ranks.
At times like these, it's nice to have fun, but you'll always have someone shutting that fun down.